What if the greatest mysteries we solve are the ones within ourselves? I would love to share with you how I came to create my service here as an intuitive somatic mentor. Now, ever since I was a child, I dreamed of becoming a police officer. It wasn't about driving fast cars under lights and sirens or even about wearing the uniform. It was about the desire to serve the community. Knowing people call the police when they are in fear of something in the past and or in the future, I had this innate drive to serve the community in these vulnerable moments. And without even realizing it, I wanted to be there from a heart-centered space. And when I was 20 years old, I achieved that goal. I joined the police academy and I became a police officer. Not long after that, I became a detective and spent 18 years in criminal investigation, specializing in sexual assaults and coronial investigations. Becoming a detective felt like the pinnacle of my career. I was living the dream, pursuing the passion that I had since childhood. And people admired my dedication and passion. And for the first time in my life, I felt truly accepted. I loved the work and it was incredibly fulfilling. And I was good at it. As a detective, I was trained to observe, analyze, and explore every detail with precision and diligence. Every nuance mattered. Every statement had to be thorough. Every piece of evidence required careful examination, and every question posed was curated to uncover the truth. And this meticulous approach extended beyond the investigations and into the lives of those involved. However, I soon realized that a purely black and white dualistic approach wasn't enough. To truly solve cases, I needed to see beyond the whole picture, embracing the interconnectedness of evidence and understanding the complex human stories behind each investigation. And with this new perspective, I began to notice patterns in the individuals I interacted with, not just with members of the public, but also with my colleagues and even myself and how I interacted with others. Stress, unprocessed emotions, dysregulated nervous systems, and traumas were common threads woven into all of our stories. And this deeper understanding transformed my approach, emphasizing the importance of empathy and a holistic view in investigative work. And in these moments, it affirmed my role extended far beyond merely documenting, reviewing, and analysing evidence. I was not just an investigator, I was a witness to their pain, a pillar of support and a safe harbour in their storm of emotions. I found myself creating and holding space where they could express their fears of not being believed, the grief of loss and the trauma and the path people take on their own healing journey. This deeper, more compassionate engagement was a pivotal moment for me, highlighting the profound impact of emotional and somatic support required in the healing process. And this realization sparked a shift within me, and I understood that true resolution and healing went beyond solving cases, and it required addressing the underlying and emotional and subconscious wounds. This intrigued me. This insight led me on a path of studying trauma, the nervous system, and somatic therapy, along with the principles of non dualism, emphasizing the interconnectedness of all aspects of being. And one day during the pandemic, I found myself sitting in my backyard under my blooming jacaranda tree. My children were playing. The sun was warming my skin. The air was fresh and the kookaburras were laughing as they sat on a nearby branch. And in that moment, I felt a sense of fulfillment. And as I sat there, I started to reflect on my own life, my job, and whether deep down I was truly satisfied. Here I was, a mother to 4 incredible kids, each with their own unique blend of neurodiversity and neurotypicality, a wife, a sister, a daughter, a friend. I had a career I had always dreamed of and excelled in. And yet, despite all of these achievements and the love that surrounded me, I felt stuck. Something wasn't right. I had this unsettling restlessness that gnawed at my core like I was running on a treadmill, expending immense effort, but was not moving forward. My days were a whirlwind of constant activity where I felt like I was just doing things to get by and just to survive each day. I was exhausted, I was overworked, and I was emotionally burnt out. As I sat in this void and still had this lingering sense of unfulfilled purpose. And I found myself questioning the path I was on, wondering if this was truly what I wanted for myself. And so I asked myself, is this it? Is this my life? And the whisper within my very being asked, if you could do anything, what would you do? And before I could even think of it, the answer came quickly. Not a detective. I took a deep breath and I admitted to myself that I wanted to go deeper. I wanted to go deeper in supporting people through a somatic lens with their stress, their fear, and their trauma. And that whisper within me said, why don't you? And I was kind of taken back by this internal conversation because while I deeply cherished my career and excelled at it, feeling validated and accepted by those around me, I sensed this profound inner calling. I desired more. I had this deep inner longing for change. I yearned for more than criminal investigation. And I felt like I was meant for more. I wanted to make a deeper impact. And I wanted to demonstrate how people could empower their nervous systems and become investigators of their own healing journey. And the idea of launching my own somatic practice was daunting. The fears and insecurities surfaced. My entire career had been dedicated to policing. And I questioned whether my skills were applicable or even transferable beyond policing. The doubts and the imposter syndrome crept in. What would others think of this transition? Would I still be accepted by others? I wanted to break away from my identity as a police officer, and it wasn't until that pivotal moment that I realized both my desire to let go of this identity and my fear of doing so. And this internal conflict made me aware of how deeply my role defined me and how daunting it felt to embrace a new path. Yet within these uncertainties, I still sensed a deeper calling. That despite the fear, there was that profound sense of liberation and purpose in pursuing this new path. And it became clear that stepping into this uncharted territory marked not only a shift in my career, but a personal evolution towards fulfilling my true calling. I understood deep within that embracing this journey of self discovery and service was crucial for my own growth and for making a meaningful impact into the lives of others. And this inner conviction empowered me to move forward, meeting and releasing the fears of not being accepted, the fears of being a failure, the fears of not being worthy, and embracing the transformative potential of intuitive somatic mentoring. It was a mystery within myself that finding this path helped unravel. And I discovered that just as I sought truth and closure working as a detective, I could support people as they investigate and heal the mysteries within themselves as an intuitive somatic mentor. By integrating somatic practices, I was able to support individuals in reconnecting with their inner selves and allowing for profound healing and personal transformation. And this was a complete shift from policing and being a detective, yet strangely familiar. Instead of solving the external mysteries, intuitive somatic release work supports people to solve the mysteries within themselves, where they can embody that they are divine and whole just as they are, that they do not require any fixing at all. Now, within my service to the world as an intuitive somatic mentor, I support clients to attune to their bodies and listen to their inner wisdom and release the subconscious fears and traumas that hold them back. It's a process of nervous system empowerment where individuals learn to trust themselves and their innate ability to heal. And I have seen remarkable transformations. People finding clarity and peace and strength that they never knew that they had. And so while it might seem like a leap from detective to an intuitive somatic mentor, both roles share a common goal: seeking the truth, solving mysteries, being a pillar of support, and creating and holding space for people. As a detective, I sought the truth and closure in the external world. And as an intuitive somatic mentor, I seek to bring about healing and wholeness in the internal world. Both paths require empathy, compassion, intuition, and a deep commitment to supporting others. I believe that our greatest detective work is done within ourselves, uncovering and healing the wounds that keep us from living fully. Remember, you are a divine mystery waiting to be uncovered. Healing begins within ourselves, and through a somatic lens, you can embrace the journey within And in doing so, you will find that the most profound discoveries lie in understanding and nurturing yourself. Thank you for listening.